A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this happens, life-changing experiences occur and everyone goes through it, especially children. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't have someone to talk to. I am Tina, the founder of Traumedy No More for Kids, which is a program that teaches children how to tap into those uncomfortable feelings like anxiety, stress, or depression. And then we teach them how to do things so they can push through this pain, like meditation, breath work, journaling, or even fun stuff like making slime. I hear all these buzzwords: social emotional learning, trauma-informed lessons. All of these things are to support the children. So if you're looking for something like that, I want you to take a deeper look into my program by going to mollygainesprogram@gmail.com. And this is a testimonial video from one of our students that actually went through the program. Hey there, can you tell us your name?
My name is Zaire.
Hi Zaire, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
I love it. And what did you like best about the Molly Gaines program?
What I liked best about the program is about how you basically, like, you were comfortable with us. Like, you weren't, like, you didn't come off demanding respect and everything. You let us speak and you shared.
I love it. Do you get to share your feelings a lot at home or in school?
Yeah, basically.
You do. And I heard you say today the I am statements. Do you currently still do them, or what is an I am statement?
An I am statement is reminding yourself, like, you could do it every day, every week, every month, or however you do it. It reminds you that you are powerful and amazing.
Wonderful. And what are some of your favorite I am statements?
One of my favorite I am statements is I am great, I am worthy, and I am amazing.
Wonderful. Did you share any of the things that you've learned in this program with other people or children?
Yes, I have.
Tell me about that.
I shared it with my cousin and my sister, and they said that it's helped them a lot.
Wonderful. Are you excited about going to the academy?
I'm not completely sure if I'm going to the academy, but overall, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Hey, grand rising to you and also you. I am Stars Tina, your host of the 7 a.m. Cup of Motivation. So, family, friends, when you come to this space, what happens? You're going to get all the motivation. And we love the motivation. It keeps you going. It keeps you going. But we all know it doesn't last that long, right? That's when the inspiration comes into play, because we're going to inspire you to think big times 10, think bigger times 10, inspire you with the why, with the things that God has gifted you to do. Motivation, inspiration, and lastly, when you come into this space, transformation. We're going to start by transforming your mind so you think differently, transforming the way you feel, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you do everything. Why? Because you can. I get that from my friend, guy, whatever you want to call him. Marcus Black says it all the time. Because you can. I love that when he says it all the time. My thing is, you are amazing. No excuses. So as you know, in 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sorry. Yes, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Whew, time is flying. Friday, Saturday. We're 3 days. Can you believe it? From the Health and Wellness Expo. This is an expo I've been talking about for weeks, for months. It's Traumedy No More for Kids. A traumedy. Join me. You know where I'm going with this, right? Is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. One more time. A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this occurs, life-changing experiences happen, and it happens to everyone. We are focusing on the children this week, this day. It's all about the vendors. As you know, the event, we have over 20 enrichment activities. The purpose of the event, the purpose of the expo, the purpose of the activities while we're doing this is to teach children how to feel, to understand what they're feeling, right? That's so important. As adults, we can barely do this, So imagine children. So we want to teach them how to feel those uncomfortable feelings like anxiety, stress, depression. Once a child understands what's going on in their mind and their body, then they can start fixing it. Can you imagine a child self-regulating themselves? The other day we had a therapist and she was saying how, once a child knows what anxiety is and then they know how to deal with it, they'll say, okay, I need a little time out. So once we teach them what it is that they're feeling, then we give them the resources, the tools, all the things to get better, to push through that pain. When you text the word love to 732-656-8973, you can sign up for the event. It's free. It's going to be a little bit virtual and in person. You also get the opportunity to buy the book early, a pre-sale, a pre-launch, whatever you want to call it, and you get a whole bunch of goodies. So that's the event. I'm so excited about today's guest. He is a vendor at the event, and it's great to see people grow and mature and build their business. And without further ado, bring him through, Renee. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing incredible. I'm doing unbelievable. How are you?
I am great. Welcome. Thank you so much for rolling through, Dante. Dante, tell us who you are, what you do, how you got started, how old you are, and all that wonderful stuff. Go.
All that wonderful stuff. Okay.
And you look great, by the way. Let me tell you, you look really good right there. You look very handsome.
I appreciate it. Likewise. So my name is Dante White. I'm from Rahway, New Jersey. I'm an entrepreneur, man. To say the least. I train young athletes working on their speed, conditioning, and I specialize in basketball. And I have a clothing line by the name of Celebrate Lyfe. So that's pretty much what I'm up to. I'm 33 years of age. And yeah, what else you wanted to know?
Tell us about this Celebrate Lyfe. How did you come up with the name?
Okay. So I came up with the name. We started off in Miami, Florida, when I was living out there in 2015. And I was hanging around a bunch of entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals who was thinking about, going after whatever we was in our respective areas, to say the least. So we just thought one day to put together an event, a networking event, to bring together a few different businesses, and just to remind each other to keep pushing forward, and to go after whatever it is that we wanted to pursue in our respective areas, to say the least.
I absolutely love that. And Dante, I talk about it all the time. Your vibe is your tribe, right? And when I say your vibe, it is your vibration. When you walk into the room, either you're going to level up or you're going to bring it down. And if the people you're around, they're not pushing, they're not going for their goals, you're going to do the exact same thing, right? Tell me a little bit about the tribe that you're building right now, you're cultivating, because you said you work with athletes. Talk to us about that.
So right now, I started off, well, okay. So right now I focus on the younger division. Each one teach one kind of thing. And a lot of times there's a disconnect, like parents, our aunties, our overseers. We try to guide our young ones with the proper tender love and care, but they don't always receive the information from them because it's them. That's just mom, that's just dad, that's just auntie. So I felt as though that I can relate to a lot of these younger kids, and I can be the gap, to say the least, to bridge between the household and the kid, and ultimately relay the same message, but they can hear it from somebody that ultimately they can relate to, and they possibly may respect just a little bit more, well, from a different lane, let's say that.
I like how you said it. And it's true, right? Because I went to a school in Rahway. I spoke motivation, inspiration to them, right? When I spoke at a school, then I had my daughter come, divinity, and they were so like this in her face because I guess they were closer to her age. And I'm going to talk to you on the side because I don't know if you do inspirational speaking, but I'm a woman. The young men need to see men. So you speaking to the kids, telling them your story, because it's all about your story, right? Just pushing through. Tell me some of your big, scary dreams and goals and something that you want in life.
honestly, I just want the freedom. I want to be able to be there for, you know, my family, of course, those around me, to be able to give to the various organizations that are trying to grow. I just want the freedom to be able to do whatever I want, when I want, and to be able to uplift those around me. So it's not nothing in specific. I mean, of course, I want, you know, a nice house, a nice car, but nothing really too crazy. But I do want the freedom is more so what I'm after, to be able to uplift those around me and to be able to say yes when I really want to, instead of saying no because I don't have the means to really help.
I love that. I love that. And I asked someone earlier today and she said the same thing, freedom, right? And freedom looks different for different people, and happiness and love and peace and being rich, right? You can be financially rich, but then in your relationships poor. Like, what is more important to you? We're going to show a quick video. I like to share my why, and my biggest why for this event, for everything I do, is video that I've been showing that pretty much talks about Molly. You know, he was 18 years old when he said he was, no, he wasn't 18. He was in high school. And I'm like, what are you talking about? A sneaker store? That makes no sense. You know, it's all about dreaming and thinking bigger, you know, and it's all about connections, right? His sister said, I know someone who has a store, and then he started putting his stuff in that store. And like the same thing you did when you reach out to someone, you know, let's connect. So Renee, if you can play that video now, that would be great. We can't hear it. We can't hear it. We've been having technical difficulties the past few days.
It happens. It happens.
It does happen. So as she gets that together, I want to ask you.
The young entrepreneur was killed in a business he owned downtown.
Laying there in his puddle of his own blood at that point. Literally holding him and screaming his name as he's taking his last breath.
Gaines was 21 years old when he was murdered.
And the Emmy goes to The Tape Room, Jamal Mally Gaines.
What's going on with my son? Like, I'm sorry, your son is dead. And the last time I saw my brother was in the hallway where he died. And I told him, you need to get a gun. You need to have more protection.
Somebody knows something. Somebody out there has some answers about what has happened.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it should not happen. This needs to stop. Young black man with a business. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yes!
They were coming after the store, even though they shot him, he was still just fighting as he was going down. He went out there charging like a lion, and that's what we named his foundation after, Lion-Hearted Legend, because he had so much freaking heart.
Greatness attracts hate and jealousy and envy and greed. Yes. When what it should attract is motivation. Because that's what Marley did for me. He motivated me.
So as I said last night, the voice that you hear on there is Dan Bowens. He is the news reporter from Fox 5. He actually did a documentary on our story. We won an Emmy Award. We won an Emmy Award, and he will be there on Sunday. I'm so grateful. And Dante, I'm just curious, watching that, I don't know if that's your first time watching it, were you there in Rahway when this happened? I would love to hear your side of what you saw or what you felt when this happened.
I wasn't in Broadway when this happened. I was still living in Florida. So I wasn't physically there. I just got the phone calls, just like everybody else, and just had to take all of that information in. But I'm still lost as to what happened. How did it come to this? yeah, I still have questions that need answers like everybody else, but yeah, I wasn't in the state
Right.
when that happened.
And that kind of leads to, I like to do a Bible verse of the day. Of the week. And the verse that we have this week is John 8:32. The truth will set you free. And I've been talking about the truth for ourselves, not really other people, like what you want for yourself when you look in the mirror, being honest with yourself, right? If you say you want to be an entrepreneur, well, are you doing the work? Like you're coming out here, you're at this event, you're going to make connections, you're going to sell your product, you're going to get your name out there because that's what you're going to do. What are your thoughts when you hear this Bible verse right here? The truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free. So for me, it's about back to like my brand, just attacking every day to the fullest, and being the best you. A lot of times we say we want freedom, or we say we want to be rich, or we're going after a particular goal, but are you really putting in the work, or are you really making the proper adjustments to become bigger, to become better in your respective areas? And a lot of times people do the same things and get the same results. So they're pretty much lying to themselves. So the truth will set you free. Is ultimately looking at yourself in the mirror and making and asking yourself what it is that you really want, and making the proper adjustments to win that personal battle that you most overcome to reach that goal of success, whatever that is for you.
I love it. I love it. If you are just tuning in, we are talking to Dante. He is the owner, the founder of Celebrate Lyfe. He's one of the vendors at our event this Sunday, which you want to come to. Tell us what type of products you have.
I have a variety of products depending on the season. This time it'll be real simple. I'll bring a few things out of the closet, but for this specific event, I'll have just a few hoodies, a few T-shirts, just so you could get a staple of my my logo, and I just want to let people know what we stand for. So this one is not really meant to bring everything out. This is just to connect with the people, to let them know what it is that I stand for, what it is that those around me stand for, and just for them to have something if they want, to remind them to continue to push forward, and to go after whatever they want to go after.
I love it. I love it. And I definitely want to make sure I purchase one of the shirts. Celebrate Lyfe, right? It's very important. Now, if you're watching this, it's all for the kids. I want to remind you to make sure that you register. You click that link right there and register. And the reason why you register is so that you can get a waiver. And we're going to have video and pictures and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Excuse me. I'm so proud of your brand. If there was something you could tell your younger self, like when you were a little boy, what's something you would tell yourself?
So for where I'm at right now, it's the stay consistent. I think it's something that I've been leaning on. I'm pretty persistent, so I don't really give up, but it's the consistency over time that takes us where we need to go. And a lot of times when we get a glimpse of success, or we get a glimpse of happiness, or somebody telling you you're doing well, and we tend to take our foot off the gas, and we don't go as hard, and you get that. So for me right now is I look back often, and I tell myself, if you would have stayed more consistent, you would have accomplished a lot more. So right now it's just a restart within that, as we all go through, and life has its way of wavering, but staying consistent, we're ultimately going to reach where we want to go.
I love that. That is a good one right there. I've never heard that, never even thought about that, right? Because consistency is key. You can go hard, and stop, and then it's like you're starting all over again, which isn't right. I love the fact that all of the vendors that are here, they're all uplifting and ready to just expand and grow the business. Now, your kids that you're working with, have you invited them? Are they coming?
There'll be a few there. There'll be a few there. But now that you mention it, yes. I'll go over and beyond.
Yes,
to make sure we get a few more.
Yes, let's get them there, because again, this isn't something that I woke up one day and said, "Oh, I really want to work with kids. I really want to." Like, who really wants to talk about traumas and tragedies? It's not a cute thing. It's not. But God is like, put this on me because there's children out there that are suffering. There's children out there that need support. There's children out there that need help. Right. And this program, everything we're doing is going to empower them. It's going to give them the tools to say, you know what, I can do anything. Every time I talk to a child, it's like dropping a little drop of water into their mind to just let them see. Right. And I just think of all the things I did for my kids. It was just, they saw me hustling. You can do and be anything you want to be. Right. And it's crazy, Dante, because my son would say certain things and I'm like, is he crazy? What is he talking about?
Right.
Like, I couldn't even see it.
Right.
It's visualization. You have to, I don't know if you've ever seen Law of Attraction or if you do journaling or gratitude, but you have to visualize what you want. If you want that house with 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms and a tennis court, you can get it. If you want that Learjet, you just have to see it, walk into it, smell it, figure out the plan. If someone's done it before, guess what? Just look at what they did, right? All right, Dante, mountaintop moment for you. Here we go. I like at the end of every episode, forgive me for playing on my hair, guys. It's itchy. Mountaintop moment. You have 1 minute. And in this 1 minute, you're standing on top of the mountain. And there's hundreds of thousands of people in front of you. And you have to share something to uplift these people. You have to say something to inspire them, to push through their dreams, to push through their pain. What would you say to them?
What would I say to them? I'm at the top of the mountain. Just go after it. Just go. So a lot of times we try to be the rabbit in the race, and we thinking if we aren't going fast, if it's not as best as it could be, sometimes we tend to don't go at all because it's not that perfect moment. And if you pay attention, we forget that the turtle actually beat the rabbit in the race by just taking those small, slow, consistent steps over time, and they actually won. So just go now, don't wait, and ultimately you'll win that race. You don't have to be the rabbit that tried to go fast. Just go. Start small and finish big.
I love it. That was beautiful. And another thing is be grateful. I think that's super important because I don't know if you know the program Traumedy No More for Kids. We're putting that in different schools, and I've been pitching my program to different schools. In this one particular school, I gave them a proposal, and in my mind, it was this whole thing. And they came back and they pretty much counter offered. And low key, I was like, well, why don't they want this? Well, Tina, they did say yes. They just didn't say yes to everything, right? So I should be grateful for that. So in business, think high, and just keep pushing. And that consistency, always pushing through. Grab someone and say, hey, let's do this. Let's work together. Right. Dante, thank you so much for rolling through. I cannot wait to see you on Sunday. Invite your kids, share. Renee's going to make a flyer. Post it on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, tag. We're starting at 11:30. That's when the doors open. But 12 o'clock, we're starting sharp. All right. 12 o'clock, we're going to have speakers. I mentioned that the mayor's going to be giving Jamal a proclamation letter. We have Dan Bowens coming through from Fox 5. We also have a senator coming through to speak for a little bit, just pretty much to acknowledge everyone in the beginning, to welcome them. From 12 to 3 o'clock, that's when they have the opportunity to go around to the different activities. We have over 20 activities like dance, like karate, like painting, art, all sorts of stuff. And then at 3 o'clock, we're having a scavenger hunt contest with our teams. And then we're bringing it to the end with closing and awards and all that great stuff. So I know we're going to have between 200 to 500 people there. Make sure you register, because we're shooting our music video. We wrote a song. It's called I Am Amazing. My little niece's voice in it, because I want I want everyone to know you are amazing. You can achieve everything. So share it out. Bye. I'm out, guys. Peace. And a bottle of hair grease. Bye. See ya. That's my